اقرأ كتاب الله ترق جنانه وتنل عظيم الأجر والغفران.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Today we'll be learning about the second type of Asma Mushtaqa. Previously we learned of Asma Mushta'il. So today we'll be learning about Ism Maf'ool. Ism Maf'ool is the Ism Mushtaq which receives the action of the doer. It is the receiver of the action. The action is done on. One on whom dhulm is done, madhloom. One who is murdered, maqtul. That which is opened, maftuh. So madhloom, maftuh and maqtul. What is common in all these three words? It is in the structure of maf'ool. So the primary structure of Ism Maf'ool is maf'ool. Some examples. Wal bahril masjur. So masjur, this root words of masjur is sin, jim, ra. If you substitute sin, jim, ra with fa, ain and lam, you will come up with maf'ool. Masjur, maf'ool. Fi raqim manshur. Manshur is also in the maf'ool structure. Wa kitabim mastur. Mastur is also in the maf'ool structure. So Ism Maf'ool also has other word structures. So I'll read out the table first and then we will go through it. Muf'al, mufa'al, mufa'al, mutafa'al, mutafa'al, mustafa'al. I'll repeat it again. Muf'al, mufa'al, mufa'al, mutafa'al, mutafa'al, mufta'al, mustafa'al. So if you look carefully at all these other structures, you will notice something common in all of them. One is that it starts with a mim with a dhamma, and also the ayn has a fatha. The ayn has a fatha. So previously we learned for Ism Faa'il, the ayn kalima has a kasra, but for Ism Maf'ool, the ayn kalima has a fatha. So muf'al in the Quranic examples, munkar. Mufa'al you have muragham. Mufa'al you have munazzal. Mutafa'al you have mutaqabbal. Mutafa'al you have no examples in the Quran. For mustafa'al you have mustadaf. Now we will move on to the descension table of Ism Maf'ool. Mudhakkar, maf'ool, maf'oolani, maf'oolaini, maf'ooluna, maf'oolina. Mu'annath, maf'ulatani, maf'ulataini, maf'ulatin or tun. I'll repeat it again. Maf'ul, maf'ulani, maf'ulaini, maf'uluna, maf'ulina, maf'ulatun, maf'ulatani, maf'ulataini, maf'ulatin or tun. So moving on to a new note, right? This is important to know. Ism Maf'ool is different from Ism Mansoob. So what is Ism Mansoob? Right? So Ism Mansoob we learned is in a sentence who receives the action in a sentence, who is the receiver of the action. So how is it different from Ism Maf'ool? Right? So now let's see. Mansoob Ism is a Maf'ool in the context. So Ism is Mansoob. A noun is Mansoob only in the context, carrying a fatha, regardless of its structure. So it is maf'ool only in the sentence when it has a fatha and regardless of its word structure. For example, tara kathiram minhum. So kathiran here is the ism mansoob as indicated by the fatha, and it is not in the maf'ool structure. Another example, la taqtulu as-sayda wa antum hurum. So as-sayd here is the Ism Mansoob, but it is not in the Maf'ool structure, right? And it is as indicated by the Fatha, so therefore it is because of the Fatha. Tara a'yunahum tafidu min ad-dam. So a'yunahum, the a'yuna, the Fatha on the noon is an indication that it is Ism Mansoob. So moving on to the next, Ism Maf'ool. Then how is it different from Ism Mansoob? Ism Maf'ool is the word that is on the structure of Maf'ool, regardless of the i'rab of the word. So it is Maf'ool, it is in the Maf'ool structure regardless of the i'rab. So the i'rab could be Rafa, Nasab or Jar, but as long as it is in the structure of Maf'ool, it is Ism Maf'ool. Right? I hope you'll understood that again. I shall go through it towards the end, right? Some examples. وَالْبَيْتِ الْمَأْمُورِ. Ma'mur is in the Maf'ool structure, right? And the last sign is a kasra, which means that it is majroor in this context. Although it is in the structure it is Maf'ool, it is in the state of majroor. Another example. Innahum lahumul mansurun. So mansur is in the Maf'ool structure, but what state is it in? It is in the Rafa state, as indicated by the waw nun, indication of plural. It is in the marfu state. Another example. Innahu kana mansura. So mansura is in the structure of Maf'ool, and the fatha indicates that is in the mansoob state, right? So I'll repeat it again. Ism Maf'ool is the word in which it is in the structure of Maf'ool regardless of the i'rab, right? It could be marfu, majroor or mansoob, but it will be in the structure of Maf'ool. Whereas Ism Mansoob is context carrying a fatha regardless of its structure. I'll give you some masdars now and let's make it into the Ism Maf'ool structure. Talabun, matlub, mansukh, hukmun, mahkum, ilmun, ma'lum, khalqun, makhluq, satrun, mastur, nasrun, to help, mansur, one who is helped, katbun, to write, maktub, one that is written on, qatlun, to kill, maqtul, one who is killed. So gradually you will get the hang of how to make masdars into the Maf'ool structure. It's very direct and very easy. Once you get the hang of it, you practice and take lots of masdar examples and make it into the Maf'ool form. So for more examples of Ism Maf'ool, you can search in the Quran and find more examples so that you'll be more familiar with this type of Asma Mushtaqa. So that is it for today's lesson. Assalamu alaikum.